Think the Toyota Fortuner is expensive? This one comes with an extra 25 lakh of add-ons. And those aren't comfort features. JCBL in Chandigarh armors cars. They add bulletproof protective glass, bulletproof windshields, bulletproof steel and bulletproof composites. And we're here to see how they do it, what these cars are like, and are they different to drive? Now pay attention, I'm going to show you how to identify an armored car.
Now, this steel wheel, why no alloys? That's because this vehicle is around 800 kilos heavier. And next up, you see this windscreen looks much thicker and these doors are heavy. And what's that? That thick? Why is the window pane that thick?
Armored glass is made of several alternating layers of glass and polycarbonate. When the bullet hits the first layer of glass, it dissipates energy by shattering, and then the polycarbonate slows it down by catching it and stretching. That's until it reaches the next layer.
And this is the rear armored bulkhead. Pure steel, armored glass, and seriously heavy and tough. And this is a porthole that in emergency allows you to hit this button and exit the vehicle. Now up here on this wall are some of the solutions that go on the car. So let's take a look at them here and then see how they are fitted and implemented on the vehicles. Now some of these cars are around 800 kilos to a ton heavier because of the armor. So you need to reinforce the suspension and springs and do the dampers as well. And that's really important so that the car doesn't keep bouncing. Over here is a solution for run flat tires that isn't part of the tire, and this here is to show you how the floor is protected by this composite layer of many materials that includes Kevlar and other composites. Now displayed here are some of the bulletproof materials used. That one is a bulletproof panel of steel. That's composite made up of many layers sandwiched together. This one is Kevlar, and that's a bit of composite that's been tested by an SLR, a 7.62mm sniper rifle. And you can see, although it's gone through some of it, it doesn't really come out from the back. Now this is 40mm thick bulletproof glass, and it's been hit again by a 7.62mm sniper round. That one's 32mm thick and been shot with a pistol. And this again is 40mm thick. And down below, this is all ballistic steel, again tested with large rounds like a 7.62mm, 9mm there, and others. And just to prove that this 40mm thick windscreen is strong enough to take a punch with this hammer, even though it's already got a lot of shots, there's one for the record, or maybe a few.
So how are these cars put together?
Now here's an open Fortuner being worked on. Right here you can see this is not the standard rim. This is to take the extra weight, that extra 1 ton of weight. This rim here. And the spring, the damper, they've all been upgraded. This here is ballistic steel protection for the battery. It's called the battery box. And around the side you can see the protective layer that's put around the fuel tank. That right there. Heavy, large, it goes under the tank to protect it. And on the inside you can see a lot of that metal that's been put on the roof, the pillars, as well as the rear. This rear section closed off to make it a sealed compartment, a safe sealed compartment. Now the doors with the bulletproof glass, that thick bulletproof glass, the bulletproof metal, the composites, they become 80 kilos heavier. So you need reinforced door frames and hinges, and that's what we're looking at here. That's what's being done on the car. And this here isn't sound insulation. This is a Kevlar blanket to protect from anything coming from below. And up front, you can see the provision being made for the 40mm thick windscreen, which we have right here. That's the windscreen packed, the same one I was hitting with a hammer, and that's how thick it is, 40mm thick. And this is what it looks like once the windscreen is installed and the windows here are put in. Wow, that door is heavy. And JCBL does other vehicles also. That's a Land Cruiser. That one's a Range Rover here. And right here, completed, is an extended wheelbase that's got an extremely high level of protection, Stanag 1. Now, despite all the weight, despite all the extra weight, that air suspension can take it, so there's no changes to the suspension. And if you open the door, yes, it is much heavier, but the interiors are all Range Rover plush, comfortable, and giving the feel of a luxury car just like on the original.
Time to get behind the wheel and see what an additional 800 kilos feels like.
Now, as soon as I get behind the wheel, I can sort of tell that this thing weighs a lot more. It's got a heft to it. It's much more insulated and quiet, and the ride is actually better. Please remember the suspension, the dampers, the wheels, they are all different, they all changed. They're there to take that extra load.
Plenty of torque from low speed, even in eco mode, and well, this car with a little bit of compromise feels almost normal. Sure, flat out acceleration will be much slower, we haven't timed it, and it will consume a lot more diesel. It's showing me 27 liters to 100 kilometers. We've been going a bit slow up and down on these roads. They're a bit tight, but that's what you can expect. The brakes, however, don't quite have the same amount of bite, and that's even with upgraded pads. Taken together, these mods illustrate the complexity of armoring a civilian vehicle. Reinforced suspensions, run-flat systems, Kevlar blankets, ballistic steel, bulletproof glass all contribute to make it significantly heavier. And before you sign on the dotted line, remember all armored vehicles must comply with CMVR rules, and you need to clear your car with the RTO. And the higher spec vehicles with additional protection need approval from the Home Ministry. We spoke to JCBL Armouring Solutions CEO Rushank Doshi for some key insights.
From last few years, the armoring business has seen a huge increase in the demand, and which is going to be very high in next 5 years or maybe 10 years. We have seen many luxury car owners are coming to us, and we have almost all the models available with us as far as luxury vehicles are concerned. As far as armoring is concerned, we can go up to, say for example, NIJ level 3, Stanag level 1, Stanag level 2, Stanag level 3. What makes JCBL unique is we are taking down the weight of the vehicle from 1.2 ton to 900 kgs.
So what's the price of armoring a Fortuner at JCBL? Well, it ranges from around 25 lakhs to around 40, depending on what you want on the SUV. Move up to a luxury SUV, and with more expensive materials, this could range from 55 to 1.5 crore. Your money or your life, it's your decision.